they had, Jonathan Majors, they're saying that Jonathan Majors was replaced. They already had the storyline of what they wanted to do with Kang before the verdict came. So they were already thinking about pivoting, or was already in pivot mode, right? Already in pivot mode away from Kang Dynasty. I haven't read this article yet, so this will be brand new to me, but let's get into it. This comes from IMDb. It says, and when was this written? This is brand new, so this is, let me go to the full article. Let me stop this. Let me go to the full article. This is from Fiction Horizon. I know it could be a little shady, but we're going to get into it. It says, Kang the Conqueror was replaced as MCU's villain before Major's verdict. We just missed the clue. They say we just missed the clue. This is by Valentina Kralijic, and it was published yesterday. So it says, this year's SDCC was packed with MCU reveals, but the standout moment was Marvel Studios announcing they was moving away from the Kang the Conqueror storyline, right? So Avengers Kang Dynasty will be retitled as Avengers Doomsday. That's what they did during SDCC. And now we have Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom. So the news came with mixed reactions. We already know, partly because many fans of Kang the Conqueror were disappointed, like the homie Ty, you know what I'm saying, myself included, that his story would not be as concluded as hoped for. Kang's storyline had been explored across several projects, including Loki seasons 1 and 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. While Quantumania wasn't necessarily the best movie, Loki season 2 introduced a new variant of Kang coming from Victor Timely, which added a little bit more depth to the Kang storyline, right? Now, ironically, the project that seemed most successful for Kang is also the one that set the stage for his exit. Even before his official departure from the studio, at the end of Loki season 2, Loki effectively replaces He Who Remains in the TVA by creating a new multiverse, eliminating the temporal loom that removes dangerous storylines. Timelines. True. We know at the end, Loki took over he basically became the proprietor or the king of stories, or god of stories, right? Granting everyone in the multiverse free will without TVA interference. However, the TVA still does exist. Its role has shifted. Instead of pruning timelines, it now hunts Kang variants, which is interesting, right? Interesting. With the TVA now just strictly going after Kang variants, it is, if you really think about it, maybe that was how they planned to wrap this up. Maybe all along the clues was there, right? Maybe all along the clues was there. With the temporal loom out of commission, He Who Remains no longer controlling the sacred timeline, countless potential Kang variants could ignite a new multiversal war. To prevent this, the TVA's new focus is preemptively removing Kang variants to stop the war before it begins. Now, with that being said, I want to really think about what they kind of did with Victor Timely, right? Like, they made it so Victor Timely doesn't become anything, if you really think about it. If you really think about it, Victor Timely, because they kind of rewrote Victor Timely, rewrote it. We got the Victor Timely story. He did what he did, but then he never got the book or none of that, right? If I remember correct. This conclusion effectively wraps up Kang's storyline in the MCU, leaving the TVA to address Kang variants off screen and potentially moving on from this plot line entirely. It's making sense. Look, that's all I'm gonna say right now. That's making sense. The February 2024 article from THR indicated that Marvel Studios might be moving away from the Kang storyline due to the poor performance of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. potentially positioning Dr. Doom as the new primary villain. However, Loki producer Kevin Wright later clarified that there were no reshoots and that the series ending was always planned to wrap up Kang's arc, with the TVA dealing with his variants off screen. Now that's crazy. With that producer, Kevin Wright, coming back and saying, hey, we didn't reshoot nothing. This was going to be the end of Kang regardless. It's kind of heartbreaking, right? It's kind of heartbreaking. So they're basically saying that even before this whole stuff that happened with Jonathan Majors, they was going to kill the Kang storyline. Now, I find that hard to believe. I really find it hard to believe. I you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know. Damn, that's crazy when you think about it. That's really crazy when you think about it. They were already going to wrap up this storyline. Where maybe, I'm trying to think how they would have gotten out of this on a movie scale, because a lot of people didn't watch Loki anyway, because it was on Disney Plus. So the only people, people would have only known of Kang from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which means that this big bad Kang and how he was defeated in that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be it. This was the guy who was. I find it hard to believe. I don't know. Let's keep going on with this article. That's wild though. That's wild. Say no. This is maybe, not maybe. This is coming from Kevin Wright. No, this is maybe, not maybe. This is the first Marvel series to never have an additional photography. The story that is on screen is the story we set out to make. We went out there with a very specific idea of what we wanted this to be, and we found a way to tell it that production period. Is very much what's on screen on Disney Plus. So he's coming out and saying, nah, no reshoots, no extra photography. We didn't go back to change the story to fit the real world narrative. What you see is what we shot. What you watched is what we gave you. Since Loki season 2 was filmed from June to October 2022, 4 months before the release of Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, this timeline supports Wright's claim that the series ending was planned to conclude Kang's arc, and it's a fortunate coincidence that addresses several issues. Damn, that's wild. I don't know if y'all really hearing this, because this is my first time really diving into that piece. Loki season 2 filmed from June to October 2022. 4 months before the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This timeline support, that's a lot to unpack, man. That's really a lot to think about. I ain't even gonna lie. That's a lot to think about in our Jonathan Majors crusade of us getting at Marvel. And at this point, I don't know what to believe, because if that's the case, then they were already going to pivot from Kang and pivot from Jonathan Majors. That's what it's making it seem like. This is really wild to me. It's really wild. I don't know if y'all agree, if y'all disagree, but this is kind of wild. If they, you know what I'm saying, June to October 2022, 4 months before the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, 2024 now. So that means he got in trouble. Was it January 2023? I want to say. Yeah. Dang. That's a lot to really unpack, man. I'm really trying to think about it. Since while Kang's storyline has some unresolved elements, it seems we might only see brief references to him in future projects. Oh, wow. I ain't even really think, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's actually really new information to me. And I hate to hear it. Tell you the truth, I really hate to hear that. I'm at a loss for words now. Do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe this? Like, do y'all really think that they was already gonna pivot or already had this wrapped up, or they already had like a built-in excuse to pivot from Kang, and it wasn't because of Jonathan Majors? I mean, I'm pretty shit. I don't know now. Did they pivot because of Jonathan Majors, or did they just pivot because of the Kang storyline? I know they was all on this. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's weird to hear this story, but then with our own eyes, we saw what they was. You know, like the homie she just said, they was all on his nuts. You know what I'm saying? When the movie came out and giving him so much props. It's when did what is this producer's name? What's the producer's name? Kevin Wright. When did he say that? Oh, okay. So that he said that February 2024. Do you think he said that just to save face for Marvel? Do y'all believe him? Do y'all believe? This is wild, man. This is, you know what? I'm gonna call Cap. We're gonna call Cap on that. We're gonna call Cap on that. I'm with she. They was all on Jonathan Majors. It was hella praise up until it wasn't. And they were building that storyline up. It was, come on, even with the end credit scene, right? Even with the end credit scene, you had I can't believe Kevin Wright. Kevin Wright, you full of shit. You full of shit, bro. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I can't believe that. It don't make sense. I'm just trying to wrap my head around that. Don't make sense. Because how? Nah. I need to see if they really went this reshoots, or if they didn't do reshoots, and if that was the story and they knew that they was going to pivot. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Not in my eyes. It don't make sense. That's crazy. That's really crazy. What y'all think, man? I got another article to read when it comes to the Kang dynasty. It's the Kang dynasty because right. So and boom, they had the Avengers Kang dynasty coming. So that doesn't make sense that they already had the Avengers movie, the Kang dynasty, on the way. That don't make sense. So I gotta call BS, right? I gotta call BS. That's BS. Let's go into this article. Kevin Wright, miss me with that shit. Miss me. That's miss me with that bullshit. Right? Miss me with it. Let's go into this other article real quick. It's from comicbookmovie.com. It says Avengers Kang Dynasty rumor plot details may reveal Marvel's pre-Doomsday plan. So this is the plot details for Avengers Kang Dynasty. But we got Kevin Wright to produce on Quantumania, on Loki season 2, telling us that they was already going to wrap up that storyline. So Marvel Studios announced Doomsday, as we know. We'll get into that. As we know, the next Avengers movie was previously titled The Kang Dynasty, and it was shaping up to be a very different film prior to Kang actor Jonathan Majors' removal. And we may now have a better idea what the story would have focused on. Say we've already heard that both Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine were going to play a major role in the film, and that was My Time to Shine. Hello, he said it. Said according to the breakdown, all three Spideys were revealed to be anchor beings. I hate that shit. I hate the anchor being situation. I think that's dumb. Anchor beings is dumb. But revealed to be anchor beings of their respective universes, along with Logan and several others, including Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. So they was gonna bring Nick Cage back. So in this film, the TVA began gathering anchor beings from across the multiverse, believing they are the only ones powerful enough to defeat the Council of Kangs. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were the anchors for their respective realities, while Tom Holland's Spider-Man served as the anchor for Earth 616. The movie was intended to be a smaller in scope compared to Secret Wars, focusing more on Holland's Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and other anchors like Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. The plan was for all of them to ultimately fail, leading to the collapse of the multiverse and Kang's creation of Battleworld. This would then set the stage for Secret Wars, where other MCU characters and additional multiverse figures would converge on Battleworld. So it seems like Kang was going to be taking the place of Doom in Secret Wars. I guess I could kind of rock with that. MCU like to play fast and loose with comic book lore. We can argue about that till we blue in the face, purple in the face, whatever you want to call it. Some of this does match with previous rumors that we've heard that the current iteration of Earth's Mightiest Heroes weren't going to have a significant part to play until Secret Wars. And I'm cool with that because we really don't have an Avengers team anyway. We don't have the Avengers. So if they were going to try to go and get all of these multiversal Spider-Man, Nick Cage, Ghost Rider, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, hell, they should have added Blade in there. If they was just gonna go and snatch up some of these out of out of MCU or sacred timeline characters, I'm with it. I'm listening. Said it remains to be seen how much of the story was changed after Majors was fired. There's always a chance Kang was simply switched out for Doom, and the basic premise will stay the same. Battleworld is still expected to feature at the very least. However, with Joe and Anthony Russo boarding the project and new writers working on the script, we'd say that the movie being almost completely reworked is more the likely scenario. Avengers Doomsday arrives May 1st, 2026, followed by Avengers Secret Wars on May 7th, 2027. Both films will be directed by Russos, who also make their MCU return after helming Captain America Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. They go on to say, being able to create stories and explore characters within the Marvel Universe fulfilled a lifelong dream of ours, and we discovered a powerful connection with audiences in each film that we made. We're thrilled to collaborate once again with Kevin, Lou, and the entire Marvel team to bring this epic adventure and storytelling to new and surprising places for both fans and ourselves. That's what they said. So that is the premise for what the Avengers Kang Dynasty was going to be. Don't sound too bad, man. Honestly, I'm really sad that we're not going to see that. And I don't think it would have just been, just that. That sounds kind of real simple. That you know what I'm saying? I think that plot is simplified. I think you go all out. I think you know what I'm saying? Maybe they bring in the Fox Fantastic Four. I like the Ghost Rider, the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. I like the collection of these different beings. I hate the anchor being situation because we just now are hearing what anchor beings is from Deadpool and Wolverine, and maybe that's a thing going forward. I don't know, but maybe going to get those. I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. And I think it could have worked. Think it could have worked, and like they said in this article, maybe they rework the Kang Dynasty to this Doomsday. Maybe they rework that, use some of those elements, rewrite it. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be rewritten. It's got to be rewritten. That's just protocol for the most part. That's protocol. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the Kang Dynasty plot details. Do y'all like it? Do y'all hate it?